And finally, there we are on Monday. Where was the first house Phil owned, and what style was the furniture?
Furniture was Danish modern, that much. I don't know the other thing.
No, the furniture was early American, Centerville, Ohio. There it is. Phil will be coming, well, we're getting just about halfway done with Phil.
But David,
yeah,
when, in fact, will Phil be arriving?
We don't know. We're not sure.
What do you mean you don't know?
We don't know exactly when. It'll be sometime in '85.
Wouldn't one think that if one had a countdown calendar that one would, in fact, be counting down to a...
See, we got all excited about the idea of the calendar, and then we completely lost track of when he's coming. So this could go on for decades. We don't...
I see.
He's coming, though, before the end of the year or after first of the year? Before. Nobody seems to know. Let's see. My first guest tonight, is that where we are? All right. My first guest tonight... all right. It's probably Phil, perhaps, has just arrived, ladies and gentlemen. He's out front with the wagon. He needs help with the stuff. Do we know where that is? Is that all right? We all right?
I don't know where it's from.
All right. My first guest tonight has cheered with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Thanks, Paul. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the program. Coming up a little later, we will have Rita Rudner and Jo Beth Williams. By the way, Barry Bremen is a manufacturer's representative in the Detroit area. Tomorrow on this show, Bill Murray will be here. The world's most beloved pianist, Richard Clayderman, will be here, and also actor Harry Dean Stanton. Now, can people hear that?
Yeah.
What,
I know where it is.
What is it?
It's coming from under the bleachers, Dave, under the seats.
I don't know. Can they hear that at home? There's somebody drilling. Just 1 minute. Paul, cover me. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. This will be exciting. All right. All right. Chris.
Hey, Dave. Hi.
How are you?
Is this straight?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
Straight. What are you doing?
Well, Dave, you're looking at my own little corner of heaven. I'm moving in.
Chris, this is a television studio. You can't possibly stay here.
What? Oh, I get it. A joke.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, what you have just seen here is the birth of a brand new running character for our show, starring our very own Chris Elliott. Chris, why don't you tell the folks a little bit more about this lovable character?
Well, sure, Dave. I think the character is kind of an extension of myself. Simply put, I live here underneath the bleachers, and I'll be interrupting the show from time to time.
Yeah. Well, why don't you give the folks at home some examples of what they're going to come to expect?
Well, occasionally I'll interrupt the show by making some sort of noise from underneath the bleachers here.
You just did that.
Well, yeah, but, you know, at different times it'll be different noises, like maybe the next time it'll be the music from my radio or something.
Yeah, but, you know, that still sounds an awful lot like what you just did.
Oh, it does? Sorry, Dave.
So, now, how many of these segments have you planned? How many of these can we expect to see? And, you know, should we mark them down and so forth?
28.
28. Now, Chris, we haven't seen you since you were on the show as the panicky guy. And have you been using all of that time preparing for this role?
Oh, no, I just thought of it this morning, Dave.
Well, it certainly sounds like a lot of fun. Now, you've got something planned for us coming up in the next segment, and it really looks like we're off to a flying start, doesn't it?
Well, we were off to a flying start.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you get right to the preparations for your first installment coming up in the next segment, and congratulations. We'll be right back. Good luck to you. Okay, we'll see you in a minute. All right. My next guest made her...
Quiet up there! I'm trying to sleep!
Okay. We have 27 more of those to look forward to. My next guest made her film debut stark naked, talking to a 6-year-old child in Kramer versus Kramer. Okay. You guys sound terrific.
I didn't like
you
your
sound
mother.
terrific.
I just said I didn't realize that she'd move in when you moved in. Why does she grunt when she eats? And keep her out of my clothes. I swear, yesterday I saw her wearing a pair of my socks. Oh yeah, and I guess I'm imagining the new smell in here too, huh? Well, forget it. You want to know where I'm going? You want to know where I'm going? I'm going to get drunk.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's just another episode of our new running character on the show, The Guy Under the Seats, starring our own Chris Elliott. Chris, come on out here for a second. Come on out, and we'll talk to Chris. While we're waiting for Chris to come out, let me remind you that a little later on tonight's show, comedian Richard Lewis will be here, and manners expert Alice Leon Motes. This woman wrote No Nice Girl Swears. Tomorrow on the show, comedians Bob and Ray, tennis player Carling Bassett, and child publicist Letitia Causey will be joining us. And there's Chris Elliott, ladies and gentlemen. Chris. Well, congratulations, Chris.
Thanks.
It seems like the audience loves you. And now that was the second episode of The Guy Under the Seats. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. I call this particular episode Domestic Trouble.
Domestic Trouble. And was what we saw there pretty much all there is to this appearance of The Guy Under the Seats?
Well, yeah. What do you mean pretty much all there is?
Well, you know, I just thought there might be another part to it.
No, I thought it was pretty much self-contained. I mean, the guy has an argument with his girlfriend and he leaves.
And that's it.
Yeah, Dave, that's it.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, not that what you did wasn't great, but I think everyone maybe would have liked to see just a little bit more, you know.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry, Dave. What, was it not funny enough?
No,
Is that the problem?
No, it was just fine.
Oh, I'm real sorry. What are you, the grand professor of comedy? Have I failed the course? Is that what this is?
No, it was fine.
Forget it. Fine. We won't do it anymore. Take it down. Mr. John Simon out here didn't like the piece.
No.
Tear it apart. I don't want to do this anymore. Just take it down, Tommy. Just tear it apart. I hate him. I'm really trying, and he just ruins everything for me. Tear it down. I don't want to see any more.
Okay,
Don't be doing the guy in the seats anymore. Talk to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, I promise I'll speak to him about this. We'll clear up this whole understanding, and we'll be right back.
I swear, Letterman, if it's the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make every second of your life, from this moment on, a living hell.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Paul. Coming up in the next half hour of tonight's program, we will be meeting the Marian Aslickson and also Jeff Aquilon, who is a male model.
Dave?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Do you have any A1 sauce?
No, I'm sorry, Chris. We don't have any A1 sauce.
Okay, thanks anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, that, of course, was episode number 3 of our new running character on the show, The Guy Under the Seats. And there he is, our own Chris Elliott. Chris, come on up and take a bow. Chris, just a second. I just wanted to say that I thought tonight you were really good.
Well, thank you, Dave. Thanks.
And no, I really did. Now this was the 3rd episode of The Guy Under the Seats?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did you call this installment?
The Cookout. The Cookout.
Well, I think we all really enjoyed it, and you're really starting to define that character now.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
Yeah, and I really think we saw kind of an improvement over the last appearance.
Oh, well, thanks, Dave.
Yeah. Chris, for people who haven't seen maybe the first couple of installments. What exactly is your character here?
He's a guy who lives under the seats here, and every once in a while he'll come up and try to interrupt the show.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I really thought the A1 sauce joke worked really good.
Is there something wrong with the A1 sauce joke there?
No, not at all. I thought that it was...
Was it not up to the usual standards of excellence of this show? Is that the problem?
No. Chris, I thought the joke was really cute.
Cute.
Yeah, I thought it was cute.
You know, mister, one of these days, you and I are going to go round and round.
Now, Chris, I don't want any trouble. I was
Let's just
saying...
say, from now on, I'm going to make your life a living hell. No matter what you're doing, whether it's stupid pet tricks, stupid human tricks, Jay Leno, whoever it is, I'll be watching you. I'm watching you, Dave.
Yeah, okay.
I'm watching you.
We'll be right back. Thank you, folks. Welcome back. Now, let me explain who you'll be meeting in the next half hour of our program tonight. Dr. Henry Heimlich will be joining us, the man who developed the Heimlich maneuver, and also bodybuilder Lori Bowen.
Dave? Excuse me. You don't happen to have a first edition copy of Gulliver's Travels, do you?
No, I don't.
Well, you see, all I have is this cheap paperback copy, and it occurred to me that a first edition copy would be worth an awful lot of money.
Well, I'm sure it would be, but I'm sorry, I don't have a copy.
Okay, thanks anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 4 of our running character, The Guy Under the Seat, starring our own Chris Elliott. And there he is now. Chris, come on out and take a bow. Chris, thank you very much. That was just terrific. And what was the title of this little episode here?
This was called The Bookworm.
Uh-huh. And I think we really all enjoyed this one.
Well, thank you. Thanks very much, Dave. Dave, I haven't read Gulliver's Travels in a long time. I was just wondering, the light's really bad under the bleachers. Is it okay if I just sit up here for a little while and read a couple of chapters?
Well, yeah, I guess so, but...
Thank you.
Just keep in mind, Chris, that we are doing a show here.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. And tomorrow, by the way, be sure and join us. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. Comedian and actor Dom DeLuise will be... Dom DeLuise will be here.
Oh.
Also, parrot costumer Alba Ballard will be with us. That's tomorrow night.
Oh. You know, it's amazing how on the mark Swift was. I mean, even today, his political allegories seem to hold water.
Yeah, well, this is still part of the little Bookworm skit. This is still part of the guy who lives under the seats, right?
No, I just thought his political allegories still hold water.
Oh, I didn't realize it. I thought we were still doing, the guy under the seats.
You don't think I'm smart enough to come up with something like that, do you?
No, not Chris. No, that's not what I meant at all. I just thought that we were maybe continuing here with part of the little skit there, the guy under the seats.
You don't think I'm funny? And you think I'm dumb?
Now, Chris, that's just not true. I happen to think you're very bright.
Bright.
Yeah, bright.
You know something, mister? One of these days, I'm gonna have to teach you a lesson it seems you never learned.
Now, Chris, you can't come out here and start threatening people like this.
Until that day, I'm gonna be right here, making your life a living hell. I'm gonna be watching you, Dave. From my little hole down here, I'll be watching you. And you know what? One day I might just snap. I hope I don't snap, Dave. I hope I don't snap. I see you. I see you.
Okay. Yes, sir. All right, I tell you what, let's do a commercial, then we'll meet the good Dr. Heimlich. Live and learn, darn the luck. Welcome back to the program, folks. Monday on this show, you'll be able to see a very funny gentleman. Mr. Martin Short will be here, and a friend of Paul. Is that right, Paul? Very nice, sir.
Dave, shaft 9 just collapsed. We got some good men trapped down there. Do you know where we keep the nitro? I'm gonna have to blast them out.
No. No, I'm sorry, I don't know where we keep the nitro.
Okay, thanks anyway.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode number 5 of our running character, The Guy Under the Seat, starring our own Chris Elliott. Oh, there's Chris right now. Chris, come on up and take a bow, why don't you? Thank you very much, Chris. That was very nice. It was exciting. It was riveting, and we all really enjoyed it.
Thanks.
Now, that was episode 5 of The Guy Under the Seats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Chris, what was the title of this episode?
This was called Disaster in Shaft 9.
Yeah, Disaster in Shaft 9. Now, it seemed to me that this one was a little more elaborate than usual with all those special effects and so forth.
Well, we had the smoke machine and the sound effect. I don't think it was that elaborate, but I'm glad you liked it, Dave.
Yeah. Now, Chris, wait a minute. Nobody really got hurt, did they?
No, nobody got hurt.
Yeah. Well, I guess you probably used stuntmen, huh?
Yeah, that's right, stunt doubles. Okay.
Now, Chris, just for the folks who may have missed the earlier installments of The Guy Under the Seats, why don't you explain to them a little bit more about the character?
He's a guy who lives here underneath the seats, and every once in a while he comes up and interrupts the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris. Excuse me, Chris. By the way, nice job on the acting.
Is there a problem with the acting, Dave?
No, I thought that you did a really neat job with the acting.
Neat.
Yeah, neat.
You know something, mister? Before you push me too far, if I were you, I'd ask myself just one question.
Yeah, what's that?
Do I feel lucky?
Now, Chris, is this another one of those threats?
Take it any way you want, mister. Let's just say from now on, I'm going to be right here. Again, making your life a living hell. I'm going to be watching you. I know where you live. I know how you get home. I know who your favorite Beatle is. I'm going to watch you, Dave, no matter what you're doing. I see you. I see you. I'm watching you, Dave. I'm watching you.
we have a message from a brand new late night sponsor, Zales Jewelers. Watch closely, won't you? Thank you so much. Paul, that's nice. What are those deals?
A little percussion breakdown.
Oh, it's very nice.
A little shaker.
New additions to the group.
It's kind of stretching out here.
Thank you, fellas. Coming up next in this half hour, we will have Charles McLaren. He's the man who brings the...
Dave, how's the bass?
You mean the Will Lee, our bass player?
No, the snow bass. I need at least 36 inches before I can slalom.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about the snow. I'm sorry.
Okay, thanks anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 6 of our running character, The Guy Under the Seat, starring our own Chris Elliott. And there's Chris. Now, Chris, come on up and take a bow, won't you? Chris, that was just terrific. That's episode 6 of The Guy Under the Seats, and what was this one called?
The Ski Bum.
The Ski Bum. And I think we all really enjoyed it. Thanks again, Chris.
Well, thank you, Dave.
Now, Chris, just for the folks who may not be familiar with the Guy Under the Seats, why don't you tell us a little bit about the character?
He's a guy who lives under the seats here, and every once in a while he comes up and interrupts the show.
Yeah. Now, wait a second, Chris. Just recapping now, we've had 6 episodes already. Give us some highlights of the first 6.
Well, we did one called Disaster in Shaft 9, where I was like a coal miner. And then we did one called The Cookout, where I come up and ask for A1 sauce. We did one called The Bookworm, where I asked for a book, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So this is just kind of a formula deal?
I don't know about a formula. I just kind of sit down and pound them out.
Yeah. Now, Chris, there's just one thing that I'm not clear on. The guy lives under the seats, right? I mean, he eats there, he sleeps there.
Yes.
Now see, to me, it seems that's just a little improbable. It's hard for me to imagine, you know. In fact, I think that's the problem with this piece. I just don't get that part of it, you know.
You don't get it?
Well, you know, that aspect of it, that he lives under that, I find that improbable. It doesn't seem probable at all to me.
Probable?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I guess you're right, Dave. I guess the guy under the seat should be a little bit more like those new gift items you do. Yeah, I guess those are the kind of probable things you're talking about.
Yeah, now, Chris, I don't want to get any...
mister. One of these days, your little fantasy world is going to come crashing down around here. And when it does, you'll know who to thank.
Now, Chris, I think that's enough. We can
but
talk
until
this over.
You don't becomes a reality. Just remember, I'll be right here. As always, making your life a living hell. I'll be watching you, Dave. Watching whatever you do, all the time. I see you. I see you, Dave. I know where you park your Land Rover. Goodbye, Dave.
Now, that's comedy. We'll be back. We have to do a commercial, don't we? But we'll be right back, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow on this program, Diane Keaton will be here. Diane Keaton, Paul, will be here tomorrow. Yes. Unbelievable. Also, Rich Hall will be here. Football player George Starkey plays for the Washington Redskins, doesn't he? Yeah. Stark? All right, he will be here, and he's going to he's going to demonstrate. He's going to demonstrate
Dave!
all the kinds of equipment that you can.
Dave!
Yes. Oh, sure. Chris. Chris. Chris, what can I do for you?
Chris, I am Laylock, king of the mole people.
All right, Laylock, what can I do for you?
My mole people need quiet so that they may complete the rites of darkness.
And what exactly are the rites of darkness?
You wouldn't understand. You're a surface dweller.
I see. Well, I'll tell you what, Laylock, just try and keep it down, all right?
All right.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that, of course, was episode number 7 of The Guy Under the Seat, starring our own Chris Elliott. Oh, there he is right now. Chris, come on up and take a bow, Chris. That was wonderful, Chris. I think the people really were involved in this story.
Well, thanks a lot, Dave.
Yeah, and what was this one called tonight?
This was called King of the Mole People.
Yeah. And Chris, it's been, we haven't seen you for some time. What have you been doing?
I went to the coast and did a movie.
Oh, boy, that must have been a lot of fun, huh?
Not very much fun, no.
No. So basically, you've come crawling back to us and you're a little Guy Under the Seats character, huh?
Yeah, that's right, Dave.
Chris, just one more thing, Chris. This one seemed a little stranger than most of the episodes. You know, the concept was kind of difficult to grasp.
It's science fiction.
Yeah, well, what exactly was the idea behind it?
Well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The mole people are people that were trapped under the seats here many years ago, and it's very dark down there, and all they have to eat are potato chips.
And how did you get to be king?
It was my flashlight.
I see. You know what I really liked about this one, Chris? Usually you just come up and say hello or hi or you interrupt or something, but this time you really got to do some acting. I mean, you came up and you said, "My name is Laylock, king of the mole people," and I think that really took guts.
Guts?
Yeah, guts.
Just what the hell do you know about guts, Mr. Cue Card Reader?
Now, Chris, you're taking this completely the wrong way.
If you know so much about guts, why don't you come up here and be with the mole people?
Now Chris, I don't I don't want to get involved in another one of these.
You know something, mister? One of these days, I'm going to have to turn you inside out. Oh, what a beautiful sight that will be. But until that day, I'll be right here, making your life a living hell. Watching you, watching everything you do. Whether it's giving Larry Bud Millman a star on the Walk of Hollywood or whatever the hell that was, I'll be watching you. I see you. I see you, Dave.
Okay. We'll be right back with comedian Marcia Warfield. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow on this program, Tony Danza will be here, opera singer Brenda Boozer, and we have a gentleman who's an expert in the area of meteorites. Robert Haig will be joining us. Also a visit from Kenny the Gardener, and we'll be answering our weekly batch of viewer mail. That'll be tomorrow night, and we're right in the middle of an international night here. And coming up, we have the Robin Williams of Japan and the rich middle of Russia, Gregory Boder.
Excuse me, my English is very bad. Do you know when this fog will stop?
No, I'm not sure. We don't know anything about the fog. Sorry.
Oh, this is very bad, very bad. Я знаю такие слова, которые вы всегда помните.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, that was episode number 8 of our running character, The Guy Under the Seat, starring our own Chris Elliott. Chris, oh, there he is right now. Come on up, Chris, and take a bow. Chris, that was terrific. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. That was really a nice job. That one was, I don't know, kind of filled with tension. Really nice job. I enjoyed that one.
Thanks very much, Dave.
Yeah. Well, that was episode number 8, The Guy Under the Seats. Well, what did you call this one?
This was called the Russian sub-crisis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. It's sort of kind of an international guy under the seats.
Yeah, kind of, Dave.
Yeah. Now, Chris, for the folks who may not be familiar with the character of The Guy Under the Seats, why don't you briefly explain what the joke is here?
He's a guy who lives under the seats here, and every once in a while he comes up and he interrupts the show.
Yeah. Now, Chris, I noticed in this particular episode you were doing kind of a, I guess, a Russian accent or something. I don't know. To me, it almost sounded like it was Spanish.
Yeah, that's funny, Dave. Is there a problem with the accent?
No. It wasn't no problem at all. I just thought, with a Russian accent, maybe it'd be a little more guttural sounding. That's all, a little more guttural.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. You're a master of dialects, aren't you?
Now, Chris, I was only asking...
Always so quick to criticize, aren't you?
No, I wasn't criticizing. I was
You know
just...
something, mister? One of these days, I'm going to have you dancing around like an organ grinder's monkey. But until that wonderful and glorious day, I'll be right here, watching you, making your life a living hell.
I'm watching you, Dave. I see you. I see you.
I don't know what's the matter with the boy. We've had him in all the best schools. Okay, I tell you what, we're going to do a commercial. We'll be right back with the Robin Williams of Japan, Stan Eggy. Come on back, folks. It's international. All right, nice talking with you, folks.
Well, nice talking to you, too.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
All right. Coming up in the second half hour of this program, you'll meet actress Ellen Foley from Night Court, and then tomorrow on our show, Pearl Burnett will be here. She is a performance artist, so that'll be tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, where's my little dog fella?
I'm sorry, Mr. President. I don't know where your dog Falla is.
Damn, Eleanor! Eleanor!
Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode number 9 of our running character, The Guy Under the Seat, starring our own Chris Elliott. And, oh, there he is. Chris, come on up and take a bow. Chris, nice job. Chris, hang on a second. Chris, excuse me just a second now. That was terrific. Number 9. We're all the way up to number 9. What did you call this one, Chris?
This was Roosevelt, a one-man show.
Wow. You know what really impressed me most about this one, Chris, was how precisely you captured the essence of the President of the United States. In fact, I think that I speak for everybody when I say that, for a second there, we actually thought we saw President Roosevelt standing there,
Yeah. Well, I guess lighting has something to do with it.
And, Chris, I would imagine you did a monumental amount of research for this, too, huh?
Well, monumental isn't the word, but I put a lot of thought into it, Dave.
Yeah. Now, Chris, excuse me one second there. I know we go over this and over it and over it 1,000 times, but Again, explain just exactly what is the deal here. What's the joke? The guy, what, he lives under the seats, and then what, he interrupts the show and...
He comes up and he interrupts the show.
Yeah. And how did you decide that this time that President Roosevelt would come up from under the seats?
It's a one-man show.
Yeah, I know that, Chris, but doesn't it seem to be a little far-fetched that the 32nd President of the United States would be living under the seats here in the studio?
Far-fetched.
Well, yeah, you know, kind of, it's hard to believe, sort of.
You still don't understand what I'm trying to do here, do you?
Well, no, Chris, I think we understand.
You still don't see, do you?
No, Chris,
or maybe you just don't choose to see.
No, Chris. Now, I don't think you're being fair
You know
here.
something, mister? One of these days, you're going to wake up in a cage with the rest of the monkeys. And I'm going to be your keeper.
Now, Chris, please, settle down. We can't go on like
But
this.
until that glorious day, I'll be right here, making your life a living hell. Watching you send out fresh off to Europe, wherever. I see you, Dave. I see you.
All right. We'll be right back with Ellen Foley from Night Court. Hal, what letter are we up to here?
Letter number 4.
It's our director, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hal Gertner. Thank you, Hal.
Excuse me, Dave. That's Gurney.
I'm sorry, Gurney. 2 E's. I keep forgetting that. Dear Dave, letter number 4 begins, your 4th Internation night was okay. I was talking about International night, but Chris Elliott really saved the show. We love Chris and the way he appears from time to time and puts you in your place. Signed, Chris, Sean, Greg, Joe, Santo, Founders Hall, University of Dayton. Well, that's good. That's really nice. Chris Elliott, of course, is the guy under the seats. Chris really doesn't put me in my place. It's all kind of, well, it's just in fun. Chris, come on up here. Just a second. Chris, before you go, I don't know if you heard it, but we got this letter, and I just wanted to clear this up, that the whole thing really is fun. It's a part of a running joke, the guy under the seats. I mean, you're not serious when you say those things to me. It's all in good fun, right?
Oh, sure, Dave. It's all in good fun.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, hey, Chris, and you're really not trying to offend me or put me in my place, huh?
I couldn't do that, Dave.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Chris, that's a really nice shirt.
Is there a problem with the shirt, Dave?
No, I mean, you know, you kind of remind me of Dinty Moore.
Yeah, that's right. I guess you eat a lot of canned foods, huh, Dave?
Now, Chris, it was just a joke.
You know something, mister? One of these days, you're going to wake up on the roller coaster in Chris Elliott land. And I'm going to be running the brake lever. But until that day, I'll be right here, making your life a living hell.
Okay, fine.
Watching everything you do. Happy Valentine's Day, Dave.
Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thanks, Chris. Okay, our next letter. Thank you very much, Paul. Let me tell you who's going to be on the program in the second half hour. Margaret Smith and Judge Reinhold will be here. And, Tuesday of next week, we will...
I want my ring. Give me my ring.
I'm sorry, I don't know what ring you're talking about.
The ring you stole from my crypt.
I think you have the wrong guy. I don't know anything about it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode number 10 of our running character, The Guy Under the Seat, starring our own Chris Elliott. There he is now. Chris, come on up and take a bow. Boy, oh boy. Chris, that was unbelievable. That was great. That was really scary. Now, that was episode number 10. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
And what did we call this one, Chris?
This was called The Dead Man's Ring.
Wow, The Dead Man's Ring. So this is kind of a Fright Night guy under the seats, huh?
Well, kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Chris, now, you weren't really dead, were you?
No. It's all special effects and makeup and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Chris, I really like that wig. You know, you look kind of like one of the Oak Ridge Boys.
One of the Oak Ridge Boys.
Yeah, you know, well, it looks a little like the guy.
You're starting up again, aren't you?
No. I was just saying that it reminds me a little bit of the guy.
You know something funny, man? One of these days, you're going to wake up in my carnival freak show, and people are going to line up to see you eat flies.
Now, Chris, we go through this every time.
Until that day, I'll be right here, making your life. What the hell is this? Hey!
Chris, is a problem there?
My hatch is stuck.
Well, so the hatch is stuck. You know, Chris, somehow you just don't seem so tough without your little hatch, do you? Now, what was that about freak shows and eating flies and so forth?
It was just a joke, Dave.
So, what do you think? Maybe you owe me an apology, huh?
I apologize.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I apologize.
Oh, okay. All right, well, okay, fine. I accept your apology.
Can I go now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stupid guy in the suit. Get out of my way.
All right. Now, tomorrow on the program, Gina Davis will be here. Talk show host Joe Franklin will be joining us.
Dave, I just wanted to tell you I meant what I said.
Well, Chris, your apology is accepted. Thank you.
Not about the apology, chump. About the freak show and eating flies. But until that day, I'll be right here, making your life a living hell.
Okay, fine.
Watching you do your little small town news, your little lucky number, that's always fun. I see you.
Well, we'll be right back with Margaret Smith and Judge Reinhold. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I almost forgot. It's time once again for the lucky number. Turning on the machine, tonight's first lucky number is 3. Our second number is a 9. And the third number is a 4. Yes, the lucky number for tonight is 3, 9, 4. 3, 9, 4. And as always, if you're the winner, keep an eye out for the bonded NBC Courier. Congratulations and keep watching.
Oh, Dave! I got the lucky number.
Well, woo. Congratulations. That's great. Wait a minute. Okay, it's our own Chris Elliott, the guy under the seats. Chris, congratulations. That's great. You got the lucky number.
I've never won anything in my whole life. This is terrific.
Well, we're all very excited for you. That's great.
I feel great. I'm gonna go on a vacation, maybe buy a car. What do you think of the odds of something like this?
Now, Chris, before we get into that, now you're a member of the staff, right?
Yeah, that's actually the luckiest thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you feel that way, but not really, because members of the staff and their families are ineligible to play the lucky number, Chris. I'm sorry. You'll have to be disqualified, Chris.
What are you trying to tell me?
Well, take a look at the rules for yourself. Because you are a member of the staff, you're clearly ineligible for the drawing. I'm sorry about that, Chris.
All right, I see your rules. But you're not going to take this away from me.
Now, Chris, it's the rules, it's not me. My hands are tied. Believe me, the rules are rules, and there's nothing I can do.
Rules. Let me tell you something about rules, mister. One of these days, when your little comedy career is on the rocks and you've resorted to professional wrestling to make a buck, I'm going to put you in a sleeper hold you'll never wake up from. Your little rules aren't going to help you then, mister. No, sir, but until then, I'll be right here. Making your life a living hell. Watching you do what you do so well, whatever the hell that is, doing your little numbers. I see you.
Okay, well, once again, congratulations on the lucky number. We'll be right back with the Schmingy brothers, John Candy and Eugene Levy. Thank you very much. Tomorrow on this program, Rosanna Arquette will be on here, and
Dave! Dave!
I'll be darned.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Dave, have you met my little friend Pinky?
No, I don't think I have.
Hiya, Jocko! Rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers. Say, I just had a great new drink, rum and carrot juice. You still get drunk, but your eyesight gets better.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was episode number 11 of our running character, The Guy Under the Seat, starring our own Chris Elliott. There he is now. Chris, come on up here and take a bow, will you? Chris Elliott, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, oh boy. That was great. Way to go, Chris. Yeah. Chris, wait a minute. Chris, excuse me. Chris, that was terrific. What did you call this episode?
This was called Chris and Pinky.
Oh, that's great. That was kind of a salute to vaudeville, huh?
Yeah, I guess so, Dave.
You know, Chris, I didn't realize that you could actually throw your voice like that. I mean, that was very impressive. I didn't see your mouth move once.
Well, that's kind of the idea, Dave.
Yeah, I know. Now, Chris, that tongue twister that you had Binky say there, that was the rubber baby buggy bumpers deal. That was pretty good. Yeah. I mean, that's tough. I know the B is the most difficult letter to pronounce.
It is.
Make him do that again. Let's see a little more of that.
I did it already, Dave. I don't think...
No. It'll just take a second. Come on. It was really very good. Do it once more.
I don't think so, Dave. I think I did
Chris,
it.
Chris, come on. Give it a try.
Come on. All right. Okay. Rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby bug... Dave, I can't do this. That was a recorded voice before. It wasn't me. I wasn't throwing my voice. I'm no ventriloquist. I'm just a phony.
Chris,
I'm sorry, Dave.
You know, not only did you let me down, you let everybody else down, but at least you had the courage to admit that you did something wrong.
I said I was sorry.
Well, Chris, I'm not sure that sorry gets it.
I guess maybe I should just go.
Well, I guess maybe you should go then.
Hey, Jocko! What do you got against my pal here? I'll say your little tongue twister for you. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. How's that? You didn't see his mouth move that time, did ya? Of course not, 'cause I'm alive! I'm alive! You know something, mister? One of these days, you're gonna wake up sitting on my lap, and I'm gonna be pulling the strings that make your eyes pop out. Sound like fun? But until that day, Rubber Lips and me will be right here, making your life a living hell.
Okay. We have to go away for a commercial. Tomorrow, Rosanna Arquette, Vince McMahon, World Wrestling Federation wrestling commentator, and Mr. T. That'll be tomorrow night. Come on back. We got a lot more show, folks. Coming up in this half hour, by the way, if you just joined us tonight, we're not doing any commercials on the show. However, periodically, a local announcer in your vicinity will interrupt the show to read off a list of school closings. But there will be no commercials tonight. Coming up in the next half hour, a woman who lives in a hotel. Her name is Beulah Bear.
Have you seen the whale, man? Now don't freeze on me now, man. Have you or have you not seen the great white whale?
No, I'm sorry, I haven't.
Quiet. The gulls mark the spot. She's close. She's very close.
Sea creatures from Antarctic, stop at thee!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's kind of an emotional night for us here. You've just seen the last episode of our running character, The Guy Under the Seat, starring our own Chris Elliott, and there he is now. Chris, come on up and take one last bow. Chris, come on up. Come on down here. Come on down. Yeah, come on down here. Good job. Chris, my gosh, it's the final episode of The Guy Under the Seats, and I gotta say, just like all of the rest of them, what a terrific job.
Well, thanks very much. I thought that was my crowning jewel.
And what did we call this final episode?
This was called The Great White Whale.
Kind of like the Moby Dick story.
Well, not really. That was about a shark. My thing was about a big whale.
Now, Chris, why are you ending the running character of The Guy Under the Seats right at the height of popularity?
Well, really, I haven't been able to spend enough time with my family, with my kids.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my health.
Your health, yeah. Chris, when we found out tonight was the last night, what we did, we put together a little montage of some of the highlights, some of the memories, some of the really fun things that we'll always carry with us.
You didn't have to do that,
No,
Dave.
we wanted to do it. And to take a look here at the monitor, sort of a tribute to The Guy Under the Seats.
Thank you.
God bless you.
You know, mister, one of these days, you and I are gonna go round and round.
Wendell, he's lost his mind. Now, Chris, again, thank you very much. Can we look forward to any other running characters in the future?
I don't know, Dave. I'm just exhausted from this one. I want to take some time off.
Yeah. All right, listen, thanks again. We'll see you at the big party at Sardi's, all right?
I hold court at the Algonquin.
Yeah, but the party's at Sardi's.
Well, I might show up.
Okay, how about making one final descent down into the under the seats? Come on.
Sure, I'll be glad to. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Chris. God bless you.
Congratulations.
Okay, that's it. We'll be right back here after this brief pause. But his fiancée is lovely, isn't she? Maria Shriver.
I think her motto is, I'm there if I'm contractually allowed to be there.
Yeah, I think so. But, you know, she has the family jawline. Interesting to see that.
She's a gorgeous girl.
Yeah, lovely. She's on the CBS Morning News with Forrest Sawyer.
I'm getting up tomorrow.
Are you really? Would you get up to watch just because of her?
Yeah.
Well, you know, Jane Pauley is a very lovely woman herself.
She is a lovely lady.
Now, if you had to choose, Paul, who would you get up for?
Don't put me in that position.
No. But that Forrest Sawyer, what's the deal on that guy?
I don't know Forrest, personally.
He's her co-host on the morning news there.
Forrest Sawyer?
Yeah. I think he used to do a puppet show in Chicago. Monday, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you who's going to be on the show. Jimmy Carter, Bill Cosby, Richard Keel. Yes, it's a rerun.
Dave!
But let me tell you why we're doing that.
Dave! Dave!
It's me, Roger. Roger Campbell.
Chris, I must say this is quite a surprise. Weren't we going to do the Fugitive guy sometime next week?
Whoops. Well, let's just do it anyway, huh, Dave?
Well, you know, I was thinking maybe we should hold off until sometime next week when it's written, you know, when we have a script, when we know what we're going to do.
Just cover me, Dave, please. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Just play along, please.
Okay, well, it's getting longer and longer. Now, all right, but why are you coming out of the hatch there? I mean...
Well, this is how the Fugitive guy always makes his entrance.
No, Chris, you're thinking of the guy under the seats. We did that like a year and a half ago.
Oh, my God. Help me, Dave. I've lost my way.
Chris, are you all right? Are you going to be all right?
I feel clammy.
Oh, no, Chris, are you...
Just give me 20...
Oh, no, not again.
Hey, Wayne, how you doing?
We're awful sorry, Dave.
Oh, how'd I do?
Okay.
Was I okay?
It's the stress.
Okay, thanks, guys.
I thought that went pretty well, didn't you?
Put a lot of pressure later.
How about? Thank you. Gee, I don't know, you know, Paul, Chris seemed like he was a little, I don't know, on edge or something.
He looks bad to me, Dave.
Maybe I ought to go talk to him.
Yeah,
I'll go talk to him. Let's see what's the matter with our good friend Chris. Let me just go right through there. Thank you very much. I love you on WrestleMania. Hi, Chris.
Dave.
Hi.
Dave, how are you? This is my manager, Bernie. David Letterman. Dave, wasn't our kid terrific?
Yeah.
He takes care of me.
Yeah. Listen, Chris, could I have a word with you alone?
Oh, sure. Hey, folks, keep it down. Folks, you mind giving me 5 minutes alone? Come on, let's go out, huh? Let's go. Thanks a lot.
See you, Bernie.
Oh, come on. Bye, yeah. Oh, here, sit down.
Oh, thanks.
Is it me or is it cold in here?
No, it's a little chill.
How about a drink?
No, it's early in the day, if you don't mind.
Beer?
No, I'm fine. Look, Chris, what I wanted to mention was I think tonight maybe your performance was just a little bit off.
Oh, geez. I know what you're talking about, Dave. It's these damn headaches I've been having.
Yeah.
They're terrible. Where are you?
I'm sorry?
Where are you?
I'm right here.
Oh. I get this film over my eyes every now and then.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Chris, do you mind if I give you a little piece of advice?
Of course not. I'll listen to you anytime, Dave. Why, you gave me my start in this business. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be the way I am now. I love you.
Oh, well, that's good, Chris, because I'm very fond of you as well. I think you're pushing yourself too hard, Chris. You have those club dates and the cable specials and, of course, your first love, children's theater. And I have to tell you, I think maybe you're hanging around with the wrong people, you know. And it wouldn't hurt, probably, if you get some solid food occasionally. Now, you understand that all of this is coming straight from my heart.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening, Dave. What did you say?
It seems to me that maybe your friends, you know, well, it could be the wrong crowd.
Who the hell are you? You come in here all high and... Wait! Jack, get in here! Throw this bum out of here! You're just jealous, that's all. That's it, buddy. Off you go. Thanks very much for stopping by.
Let's go.
Get him out of here. I don't want to see him anymore. You're just jealous. That's your problem. Yeah, have a great time. Where's my oxygen? Where's... Layla! Where's my nurse, Layla? Layla! Layla! Oh, Layla, how the hell does this oxygen work? Hey, you're not Layla. Hey, what are you doing with that pill?
Stay tuned for Late Night with David Letterman as Dave laughs it up with Chef Julia Child. Then tomorrow, Angela tries to lure back an old flame on Falcon Crest. But that's on CBS. Just stay tuned to NBC.
Hi there, and welcome back. Coming up in the next half hour, Edward R. Murrow will join us, as well as Information Please host Clifton Fadiman and the Peter Gennaro Dancer. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty exciting show, ladies and gentlemen, and we're happy that you can be here with us.
Christmas!
What is that?
I told you he'd come back.
Well, hello, Susie. So good to see you. Hello, Mrs. Walker. Susie, I'm sorry I haven't been at Letterman's department store lately, but you see, they've let me go. It seems they don't believe in Santa Claus at Letterman's. Isn't that right, Mr. Letterman?
No, see, I never
Tell it to the little child.
You mean, old man, you're ruining Christmas, and this is going to be the best one ever.
Oh, no.
Susie! Susie! Well, there you go. You've fired Santa Claus and you've made a little child cry. I suppose your day is complete. Merry Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, that, of course, was one of the lost episodes of The Guy Under the Seats, starring our own Chris Elliott. Chris, come on up and take a bow here. Chris, that was just terrific. Now, that was one of the Lost episodes. What was that one called?
That was called Miracle Under the Seats.
Wow, wow. And how many of these Lost episodes have you found, actually?
Oh, just the one.
Oh, thank God.
In black and white. The other 12 are in color.
12?
There may be more.
Oh, no. Chris, I don't know that we're going to have time to...
Dave, look, I would love to stand up here all night with you and maybe even do a little caroling, but I've got a lot of stockings to fill, so I'll see you later.
Oh, and Chris, that reminds me, you know, I thought your little portrayal there of Kris Kringle was pretty convincing. There for a second, I thought you actually were Santa. You're turning into a well-seasoned actor.
A well-seasoned actor?
Yeah, yeah.
So then I suppose that nowhere in the farthest reaches of your imagination is it possible that perhaps I am Kris Kringle.
No.
How very sad. Well, let me tell you something, Dr. Killjoy. You're probably right. I guess I'm not Kris Kringle. I just happen to be born with this incredible ability to make it snow whenever I want. Snow!
Well, that's, you know, that's great, Chris, but I know that's just a box up there full of asbestos shavings or whatever. And...
Well, I got it up there without you seeing, didn't I?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Late Night Grinch. One of these days, you're gonna wake up next to 8 other reindeers in a stall. And when I crack my whip, you're gonna have to pull my sleigh.
Well,
But until that day, I'm going to be watching you.
Okay.
And I'm going to split my time between bringing joy and happiness to children around the world and making your life a living hell.
Okay, great.
I don't care what it is, whether you and Larry Bud Melman are having a little Christmas party or what, I'm going to be watching you.
Okay.
I see you.
Okay.
I see you.
Okay, fine. All right, thank you very much, Chris Elliott. We'll be back. Barbara Avant is here, and she's going to peel...